Are you going to keep the house or are you going to sell the house? And that is a very tough decision. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to AskRinde. I'm Rinde Adebayo, digital entrepreneur, real estate entrepreneur, and top producing real estate agent here in New Jersey. And welcome to AskRinde. If it's your first time on my channel, please hit the subscribe button and smash the like button. I do videos about foreclosure, income, and credit, and I would love to have you as a part of our growing network all around the country. Also, we're currently pre-enrolling for Foreclosure Academy, so click the link below to get started today. So, Foreclosure Choices. Wow, everyone's been in this situation at one point or another, especially if you've been in foreclosure. And that is when you get to a point where you have to actually make very hard decisions. You're between a rock and a hard place. You're at a place where you're at a crossroads and you have to decide what you're going to do. Are you going to keep the house or are you going to sell the house? And that is a very tough decision. So I wanted to do this very quick video to be able to help you make the decision. Help you get out of a place where you feel stuck, that the fear has paralyzed you and you're not sure if, number one, what decision to make, and number two, if the decision that you do make is the right decision. And so hopefully these three things will help you. And number one would be you want to make a decision that will actually factor in your family and also your well-being. Sometimes we get in a situation where we've gone the road with these properties and this is something that you've worked hard, you've acquired, you've gotten it, but then whatever life circumstance has hit you has caused you to be in a position where it's been threatened and you're in foreclosure or you're in pre-foreclosure. And you have to make a decision based on the whole history of where you are, what you've dealt with the house. Are you in the best position to move forward with things? Regarding your family, how would they be affected by it? Obviously, it's a roof over your head, so other things come into play, such as where are you guys going to go? Because if you were paying an X amount on a mortgage, the rental market right now is high. You need to factor that in. Where are you actually going to go? If you've been working on a loan modification and you've been trying to work something out to keep the property and that's unsuccessful, then you have to face reality and decide that, well, I've got to make a decision now based on my circumstance and what's happened so far. That I need to do something. You can't just sit there and wait for the bank to come and knock on the door with the sheriff and file your writ of possession. So what you need to do is make a hard decision, and that is if you are going to factor in your family, talk to them. Talk to your closest and most confident family member, and then let them corroborate with you to make the final decision on conclusively what you're going to do. It's very important because a lot of times some people wait till the last minute and then they end up in a situation where then they'll tell the family and a family member, whether it's a spouse or a brother or sister or mom, and then things that could have been worked out, it's they lost time because they didn't do it fast enough. So factor in your family, people that are closest to you, people that you trust, people that are responsible, and basically see what you can do to be able to make a decision. And in addition to that, I want to touch on one thing, and that is with spouses, husband and wives. Sometimes when it comes to a foreclosure, they can make or break your family. I want to say this. I can't speak for everything else as far as outside of the real estate and the effects of what I've seen and what it's caused for families over the years. What I will say is that don't allow a house and situation of financial stress right now to truly break your bond. If you do really have a genuine bond, and this is me speaking to you as a foreclosure expert, that I've seen people come through it and basically come out on the other side and their life is like gold now. So what I would say is that in the immediate valley right now, instead of you guys pointing the fingers, everyone should take responsibility and do their part. And that's why I strongly encourage as a first point to talk. But communication is key. You need to talk to each other, not yell or scream at each other. Talk to each other so that you can sort through or work through problems and then figure out the best way how to get the best help. You can contact us. My email is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com so that we can actually see what your situation is, get a snapshot, and try to work you and move you through it. The second thing I want to touch on regarding your foreclosure choice would be your income. What income are you making right now? What are you projected to be? What do you have in the works right now? And basically, what is your current expense? Realistically, if you were to get a loan modification, which a lot of people don't know how to do loan modifications, and we help them get loan modifications done successfully. You have to know how to do a loan modification, what to submit to the bank. You can't just send them anything and expect them to reset your loan. It's not going to work. But the thing is that when it comes to your income, you need to be realistic and look at the long term. So when you make this hard decision as to your foreclosure choice, whether you're going to keep the property or whether you're going to sell the property, that choice factors in your income and you being able to afford keeping the property. Sometimes income also could mean if you have a multifamily property, if you have a tenant that's in there, could you raise the rent? Are you able to change them out perhaps and then get someone that will pay you more that can help you get you a little bit more money? Then when it comes to your income situation, can you do something to get an additional stream of income that might basically put you in a position where you're ahead? Could you do something that will basically give you passive income? Could you do something that will give you an opportunity to be able to get a new way of making money? These are all things that you need to look into and consider when you're making your foreclosure choice, because you are, again, making a decision whether you're going to keep the place or whether you're going to sell it, whether it's time to move on. And so we can definitely help you also with the income side. This is one of the things that we specialize in, that is helping people in foreclosure get income streams, helping people in foreclosure get income, and basically be able to deal with whatever it is that they're going to do, whether it's keeping the place or whether it's selling the place, or whether it's basically, you know, getting to a point where they have and they need time to be able to make that decision. Because sometimes people, and this is why we deal with a lot of people who have second and third loan modifications, because the decision that they make and the first foreclosure choice that they made puts them in a position where, because of these other factors, they didn't talk to their family, they didn't look at the income, they're now ending up needing another strain of help, and they can't afford the place. The place is not realistically affordable. And so that being said, it's either you make the property affordable, you monetize it, you figure out ways to get more money, or you make a decision whether or not this is something that you want to basically strain yourself over. Because a lot of times people strain themselves, their well-being, their health, with worry, and then also overstraining themselves trying to keep a property. And this is a house at the end of the day. It is your home, but at the end of the day, you have to look at your life as more important. So that's something to consider, your income. And again, we can definitely help you with that, to be able to figure out the way forward with that, get you more additional streams of income, open your eyes up to things that you never saw, look at your situation, and then help you get a forecast of what you can do realistic. And then the third thing I want you to look at when it comes to making your foreclosure choice is actually the property itself. So the property itself is a big determinant, because you want to make sure that it's something that's worth fighting for. I've had situations where I've walked in and people have been fighting for their home for maybe 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, whatever time that they were allowed or allotted in their state to be able to fight. And then when you look at the house, there are so many things that needed to be done. Some people need roofs done, the entire plumbing system, the electrical. There are things, major defects, foundation problems. And then when you look at all of that and you're saying to yourself, wow, this is something that, yes, is your home. You fought to buy it, you got it. And at this point in time, if we were to help you get reset, the amount of money that you'll be paying, it'll be cheaper for you to actually leave this property with all the situations and all the issues that you have and go and get something different, even if it means renting for a season to get yourself back. Because when you look at the money side of it and you start looking at, okay, well, not am I only paying for to keep this place, or let's say in a Chapter 13 situation, I'm paying arrearages on 4 or 5 years of missed payments. Then I have to pay, because I can't not use my shower. I can't not use my kitchen. You got to lay money out to do this stuff. It's just too much. I have a client now that is in a situation where that person has made the decision to basically let the property go, because when we did the numbers, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense for that person to keep the property because it was too much money to lay out to hold it, and then carrying it was just too much of a burden. So again, these are foreclosure choices. Sometimes you can't make the choices on your own, but a big thing that you need to factor is look at the property. If the property cannot help you in some way to be able to help it save itself, then that should help you towards your decision whether or not you can fight for this. And I think that I always share with people, it's very important that the property itself lend a hand, because at the end of the day, it's you and the property, right? You're fighting to keep this property, to keep a roof over your head, keep your family solvent. But then the property itself, you have to look at it from a hack perspective. So what do we do with this property? How do we maneuver this property? What can we use in the space of this property? What can we do to be able to generate more income, to be able to save the property itself? And if those questions can be answered, that's great. If the questions are in a situation where you're speculating about it and you're not too sure, then maybe what we need to do is talk to you and see what realistically can be done. And if once we look at it, we see what we compare what your thoughts are and what our thoughts are based on our expertise of doing this for 16 years, then we can tell you realistically, this is what your foreclosure choice looks like it's close to be. Again, we're giving you options to be able to help you get through these hard times. This is probably one of the most difficult things that anyone can deal with in life. We all make hard decisions in life. We've been hit with hard things in life. But this is one of the most hardest things that you can be faced with in life. So we want to help you transition through it as quickly and as smoothly as possible. So with that being said, make your foreclosure choice today. Hopefully these 3 things helped with what to look at. Sometimes other factors come into play, but these are the things that I feel cover most of what could come into play, these categories. And that is your family, your well-being, your income, and also the property itself. If you factor in and looking at the whole situation, covering those 3 points and answering questions that you can ask yourself, do some soul searching, you'll find out that you'll be further ahead. And of course, we're here for you. If you'd like us to help you get your foreclosure choice, then we can reach out to us. You can reach out to me via email. Strongly encourage you to join the network and join the Foreclosure Hacks Academy. Click the link below to get started today. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.